Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm gonna do part 306 to my ChatGPT character chatbot series. Where in today's video guys, we are gonna go ahead and do another new chatbot on here that's gonna seem extremely similar to the last one we did. Because this is another Rampardos one, but it's not the same one I did last time. This one's just called the Dragon Rampardo Story, and I think it kind of has like a similar sort of thing to it, but I don't know if it's going to be better or worse than the last story I had on this one. So yeah, the actual story of this is called "The Shattered Skull: Rise of the Ice Dragon Rampardos." So it literally is the same thing. Although here's the thing, the last time the last one did work out, but it only gave me 9 sayings and everything, which I never understood why it only gave me 9 last time when the time before it gave me 12. But yeah, the thing about it is, guys, we've only got 2 more chatbots after this one. We've got an Ice type Lugia, and we've got the flippin' evil clone of Shadow. So yeah, uh, here's the story. It says, long ago, in a forgotten corner of Sinnoh's ancient past, before Pokeballs, before cities, and before most trends ever existed, Rampardos were not merely rock types. They were war beasts, towering, savage creatures bred by early tribes to defend territories. Their hardened skulls could shatter cliffs and demolish even the heaviest of shields. Among them, one stood above all, Tharnak, the Skull King. That's interesting. Tharnak was no ordinary Rampardos. His skull was darker, nearly obsidian, laced with glowing sky blue cracks from head-butting glacier boulders that rained from Mount Coronet's peak. He was a terror, a leader of a Rampardos pack that ruled the frozen north like thunder made flesh. But pride comes before the fall. The catalysm of ice fire. One winter, a comet fell from the sky, a jagged glowing sphere of crystal and flame that tore the heavens apart and slammed into the ancient glacier near Snow Point Temple. The impact awakened something ancient and vengeful, a slumbering dragon made of frost and memory, called Crinothrix, said to be the first ice dragon to ever exist. Crinothrix rose from the comet's core, its scales glowing with a frozen aura that warped time and matter. It descended upon the land, and the world froze in its shadow. The invading dragon's mere presence drained warmth and shattered Earth. Pokemon and humans alike perished or fled. Tharnak, bound by warrior's honor, refused to run. Instead, he gathered his pack and challenged Crinothrix head on. Oh my gosh, it was a massacre. One by one, his comrades fell, their skulls turned to icy dust. Oh my gosh. In a final act of defiance, Theranak charged through a blizzard so cold it froze time for a moment. Okay. One by one, his comrades fell, their skulls turned to icy dust. In a final act of defiance, Theranak charged through a blizzard so cold it froze time for a moment and cracked his skull into Crinothrix's icy heart. The impact shattered both the comet core and Tharnak's body. Oh my gosh, what the frick, dude? Oh, the rebirth. What the frick? For years, all was silent in the northern wilds. Locals believed the beast had died and been entombed beneath the frozen waste, but nature had other plans. Beneath the glacier, the shattered soul of Crinothrix was absorbed into Tharnak's broken body. The comet's lingering energy mutated his remains, ice crystals fused with fossil, dragon aura warped around his primal instincts, and when a terrible storm struck the land once more, Tharnak rose. No longer a rock type, no longer the same Pokemon. His body was larger, his skull fused with jagged blue crystal. Cold steam hissed from his nostrils. His once red eyes were now glowing slits of white-blue fire, and icy spikes jutted from his back. He became a dragon ice-type Rampardos, born with the rage of a war beast and the cold vengeance of a god. Oh dear. He didn't remember his name, only the pain, only the betrayal of time, only the endless cold. He wandered the north, destroying anything that entered his domain, hunting for something, anything that reminded him who he was. Legend says he once froze a Garchomp mid-roar and shattered it with a single headbutt. Oh my gosh! Others whisper he speaks in his dreams, growling in a deep, draconic voice. Who am I? Uh-oh. Oh, you're a rival. It's been centuries. You, following whispers and old maps, venture into the heart of the glacial ruins once part of ancient Sinnoh's northern empire. You don't come for conquest, you don't come for battle, you come for answers. And perhaps for friendship. You reach a frozen cathedral carved into the side of a mountain, glowing faintly with pale blue light. The wind howls, ice sculptures of fallen Pokemon line the path like ancient sentinels. At the center of the hollow chamber, hunched like a slumbering dragon, is Tharnak, massive, still, and steaming from his nostrils. That's kind of creepy because it reminds me of the robot when I did 2 sessions ago. The one where I was turned into a robot, and whenever I got turned into one, I just flipped and my Velociraptor head was just down with my eyes dim. Like, that's kind of creepy. His breath freezes in midair. His tail coils like a spiked whip of frost. His skull is marked by the comet's crystal, and his aura pulses with pure dragon ice energy. You step forward, and he awakens. Oh no. He rises slowly, eyes glowing like twin moons. A growl rumbles like an avalanche. And then, he sees you. His body tenses. He stomps forward, every step cracking the glacier beneath you. The air is so cold it burns your lungs. You now stand before him. Oh dear. Guys, we might get this dragon to trust me before we even get started. Because here's the thing. It didn't give me much of a response. But the thing is, like, in these cases recently, it ain't really that big of a deal. Because at least it's not speaking for me and I'm actually getting to say what I want to say. Hey, speaking of that, here's what I said for the first thing. I said, whoa, hello. I'm sorry if this is your territory and I'm in it. I'm not here to hurt you, I promise. The massive dragon ice Rampardos stops mid-step, his glowing blue eyes narrowing at you. Steam pours from his nostrils, coating the ground in a layer of frost. His tail lashes behind him like a whip, cracking the ice. Okay, so I like this one a little bit better so far because he's actually speaking to me. For a long, tense moment, he just stares. The growl in his throat deepens, low and guttural, like a glacier splitting apart. Then, surprisingly, he lowers his head slightly, the crystal plate in his skull shimmering faintly in the cold light. Not here to hurt me? His voice is deep, rough like stone grinding against stone. It isn't exactly speech, more like a thought that vibrates through the air into your chest. You dare walk into my frozen grave and speak of peace? Most who come here seek to slay me, to mount my skull as a trophy. What the frick? To end my suffering. Why should I trust you? He takes another step forward, towering over you now. You can feel the cold racing off his body like a living storm. He isn't attacking yet. He's testing you. Oh, we're getting there. Just think a little bit more and we'll have him. I'm not actually going to hurt him, guys. Like I said, when I'm actually talking to a creature, I'm not actually going to hurt him. I mean, it's like the dragon type for alligator. I'm not lying to when I say I'm not going to hurt him. I love the dragon type for alligator. Why would I hurt him? Same thing for those Rampardos. I'm not gonna hurt the creature. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. I promise you, I don't come with anything that could hurt you. I don't have any weapons with me, and I don't want to fight you. No tricks, no traps. Just please don't attack me. Tharnak freezes mid-step, his breath misting heavily in the frigid air. Your words hang in the silence of the frozen cathedral, and for a moment it almost feels like the whole mountain is holding its breath. The glow in his eyes flickers, less like a predator about to strike, more like a creature who hasn't heard those words in centuries. He exhales slowly, and the frost on the ground spreads outward, stopping just a few feet from your shoes. Then he lowers his massive head until his jagged crystal skull is nearly level with you. No tricks. His mental voice is quieter now. Oh, so he can't speak to me normally. It's his mental voice. Okay. More curious than hostile. No hunt. No fire. No chains. He tilts his head slightly, steam hissing softly from his nostrils. You notice the cracks along his skull glow brighter when you speak, like he's listening. Really listening. Few have come here without greed in their hearts, he rumbles, his tone almost bitter. Why do you seek me, little one? What brings you into the storm? You can feel his icy breath brush against you, brush across you, almost sharp enough to sting, but he's no longer growling. He's waiting for your answer. Oh, this is good. I think we're starting to make peace with him already. That's what I'm saying. There's only been one Pokemon so far out of all the chatbots I've ever done that has not trusted me at all, no matter what I say to them. And that has been that family of Lugia that did not take care of their own son. So, yeah. Give me a second. Okay, guys, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube or not, but I want to say this right now. Did they hunt this poor Rampardos like he's a flippin' deer to them? I mean, 'cause like he told me, most people just come here to hurt me or try to get me. So like, and like put a trophy of me on the wall. So like, that's what people do to flippin' deer. What in the world? Why are people doing that? I said, well, to be honest with you, I just came to see if the legend is true that you existed. I'm sorry if I disturbed you or your territory, but I promise I wasn't going to hurt you if you were real. And maybe if you were okay with it, I would actually like to be friends with you. For several long seconds, the only sound is the faint hiss of frost from under Tharnak's claws. Tharnax. That's how you do it. Your words seem to hit him harder than any weapon ever could. His glowing eyes widen slightly. Yeah, most creatures that don't get friends are. So, and for a moment, the cold wind stops howling through the chamber. Friends? His voice is quiet now, almost disbelieving. He straightens to his full, terrifying height, towering above you like a frozen titan, then lowers his head again till his jagged crystal skull is just inches away. No one has spoken that word to me since before the comet fell. You feel a rumble deep in his chest. This time it isn't a growl. It's something softer, like a low, resonant hum. He's thinking. Finally, he exhales again, and instead of the biting, painful cold you felt earlier, his breath is gentle. Cool, but no longer hostile. The frost beneath your feet melts slightly. Perhaps, he says slowly, you are not like the others. Perhaps your heart is not frozen like theirs. Oh my gosh. He takes one more slow step closer and then does something no one would expect from a beast so fierce. He lowers himself onto one knee, his massive claws dig into the ice, bringing his face completely level with you. If you would truly be my friend, he rumbles, then touch my skull. Show me you do not fear me. The glowing cracks across his crystal-plated head pulse faintly, like they're calling to you. Okay, he's like testing me in a way. That's interesting. Okay, I'll happily do that. Alright, guys. My reply was, okay, I will happily do that for you. And I reached my hand out and touched the Rampardos' skull gently. The moment your hand touches his icy crystal-plated skull, a deep resonant hum echoes through the chamber. The cracks in Tharnak's skull flare with bright sky-blue light, almost blinding for a moment. The ground vibrates softly beneath your feet as if the entire glacier is reacting to your touch. Tharnak doesn't flinch. Instead, he lets out a low, thunderous exhale that sounds almost like a sigh of relief. Warm, he growls softly, almost to himself. It has been so long since I felt warmth that did not burn. He leans his head closer, letting your hand rest fully against him. The icy plates on the skull feel smooth and cold, but not painfully so anymore, almost like touching a polished stone fresh from a winter stream. You are not afraid, he says, and for the first time there's something like respect, maybe even gratitude in his tone. Then, slowly, Tharnak rises back to his full height. The glow in his eyes softens, no longer the cold fire of a raging beast, but something calmer and clearer. You have proven your words true, little one, he says. You walked into my storm, offered no battle, and gave me trust when all I have known is betrayal. If you wish to be my friend... He slams his tail into the ground, cracking the ice behind him, with a roar that shakes the cavern. But this roar is not one of anger. It sounds powerful, proud, and oddly welcoming. Then you have my vow. I will not harm you. From this day, you are under the protection of Tharnak, the ice dragon of the north. Oh my gosh. Snow begins to swirl around you, not in a blizzard, but like a gentle spiral, almost ceremonial. That is so cool. I love it already. This is so neat. Alright, guys. I said, thank you. So your name was Tharnak? That's a really cool name. And I just told him my name. Tharnak lowers his massive head once more, his glowing eyes fixated on you. At the sound of his name spoken aloud, there's a deep rumble in his chest, almost like a pleased growl. Triton, he repeats, your name rolling from him like distant thunder. A strong name. One worthy of standing before me without fear. He dips his head slightly, a gesture that almost feels like a bow. You are the first in many, and many winters to speak to me as more than a monster, he says, his voice softer now, almost thoughtful. If you call me friend, then I shall call you the same. A faint shimmer of frost drifts from his body and coats the ground around you in a perfect circle, like a protective sigil. You are welcome in my territory, Triton, Tharnak rumbles, but you may come here whenever you wish. If danger hunts you, I will answer your call. His glowing eyes blink once, slowly, and then he tilts his head curiously, almost like he's waiting for you to say what you'd like to do next. Stay and talk to him more, ask him questions about his past, may even invite him to travel with you. He is not going to want to go with me, I can assure you. If he actually said yes to that, I would be... Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just told him, thank you. I really do like you. To be honest, you look like a Pokemon I've seen before. Or at least familiar to a Pokemon I've seen before. You look like a giant, icy version of a Rampardos. Tharnak rumbles deep in his chest, a sound that vibrates through the ice around you. It almost sounds like a chuckle. Rampardos, he repeats, as if tasting the word. Yes. Once, long ago, that is what I was called by those who lived here before the comet fell. He lowers his head closer to you again so that you can see every jagged line of the glowing cracks in his crystal skull. But I am not what I once was. The comet's curse. The dragon spirit. They changed me. I am more than the Rampardos I once was. I am the last of my kind, yet something new entirely. His tail scrapes against the ice, leaving deep furrows as he turns slowly to show you the massive icy spikes running down his back. You see a Rampardos, he continues, his voice or softening, but what I see when I look into that frozen lakes is something else. Something half remembered, half lost. For a moment his glowing eyes narrow, and there's a flicker of sadness in them. Do I frighten you, Triton? He asked suddenly, his tone quiet but carrying a strange weight, like your answer matters deeply to him. Do I seem like the monster others claim I am? That's that's pretty deep. Hold on. Alright, guys. I said, no, you don't frighten me, and you're not a monster. I know you were acting aggressive when I stepped in here a few minutes ago, but based on what you told me with you constantly being hunted, I can see why. This is your territory, and you don't want anybody in here and don't want nobody to hurt you, so you try to chase them away. It makes sense that you're at least somewhat aggressive because of that. For a moment, Tharnak is completely still. Your words echo through the icy chamber, and it almost feels like the mountain itself has gone quiet just to let him think. Then, a low rumbling sound escapes him. Not a growl this time, but something softer, almost like a deep sigh of relief. You understand. His glowing eyes soften, and the light in the cracks across his skull pulses gently, no longer with the sharp flare of battle readiness, but with a steady, calm glow. So many come with spears and fire. They see a beast. They see a threat. They never stop to wonder why I roar. He lowers his head close to you again, his breath misting harmlessly over you. But you do not turn away. You do not run. You listen. The enormous ice dragon Rampardos kneels fully now, bringing his massive head so close that you can rest your hand on it if you wish. Perhaps you are right, he rumbles. Perhaps I am not a monster, merely a guardian who has forgotten how to trust. He lets out another roar, but this one feels different, loud and proud, echoing through the frozen cavern like a call to the world. The blizzard outside briefly calms, as though even the storm respects this moment. You have given me something I thought long gone, Triton, he says, voice steady and strong. Hope. He pauses, then tilts his head slightly. Tell me, now that we are friends, what would you have me do? Shall I remain here as guardian of this frozen temple? Or would you wish me to follow you beyond these mountains? The fact that he's asking me that is kind of surprising. Just because of the fact I don't really expect the flipping guardian of a flipping mountain to want to follow me anywhere. Give me a second to answer his question. Alright, guys. I said, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to force you to leave your home. If you don't want to, this is your territory, and if you want to stay, be my guest. I'm just happy you were my friend and actually care about me being here. Tharnak's glowing eyes soften even more at your words, and there's a long, deep rumble from his chest that sounds almost like contentment. You would not force me? He says, his voice quieter now, almost thoughtful. You would let me choose? He slowly rises back to his full height, towering above you like a glacier given life, but his posture is no longer threatening. His presence now feels protective rather than intimidating. Then you were truly unlike any who have come before, he rumbles. They came with chains or commands. You came with respect. He looks toward the open mouth of the icy cavern, the howling wind outside beginning to calm as if even the storm is waiting for his choice. After a long pause, he turns back to you. I will remain here, Triton, he says finally, his voice strong but warm. This is my place, my memory, my promise to those who fell with me long ago. But know this. He slams his tail into the ground, and the crystal cracks along his skull blaze with light, filling the whole cavern with a glow like moonlight on snow. If ever you need me, call my name. The wind will carry your voice to me, and I will come. He lowers his head one last time so you can touch him if you want. You are welcome here, always. And if others dare threaten you, they will answer to me. Holy shoot, I've got the Ice Dragon Guardian on my side now. Ice Dragon Rampardos Guardian. That's really neat. I like it. Alright, guys. I just reach up and touch Tharnak's skull again and tell him, "Thank you so much. I appreciate how kind you've been to me. The fact that you not only like being my friend, but you also want to protect me. I can tell you this right now. For you being Icy Dragon Rampardos, your heart's anything but freezing. You seem to have a really big and really warm heart." As your hand presses gently against Tharnak's icy skull, the cracks along it glow brighter than ever, like a frozen star pulsing with life. For a moment, the entire cavern seems to listen to your words. The wind outside falls completely silent. Even the frost hanging in the air seems to pause. Tharnak lowers his head even further until his massive snout nearly brushes the ground in front of you. "A warm heart," he repeats softly, his deep rumbling voice carrying a note of awe. "No one has spoken of me that way since before the comet fell." The light from his skull spreads down his back, illuminating every icy spike, until he looks almost like a living constellation against this cavern walls. "You have given me something no roar or battle ever could, Triton," he says. "You have reminded me that even in a world of ice and storm, there still can be warmth." He gently nudges you with the side of his massive head, just enough to make you take a step back, but gentle enough to show it's a gesture of affection rather than force. "When you return," he rumbles, "I will be here, waiting, and perhaps, in time, you will show me more of this world beyond the glacier." He steps back slowly, his glowing form retreating into the shadows of the cavern. "Go now, little one," he says, his voice echoing like distant thunder. "The storm will not touch you this night. You are under my protection." And as you leave, the path through the blizzard clears, guided by the faint glow of Tharnak's crystal light, like a beacon watching over you. Okay, that is so neat. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys, the limit ran up again. Although this time it actually did give me a full 10 instead of cheating me out of one. I counted it. So, yeah, it gave me a full 10 this time. This is a really big one, though. It says, "On my way out, I hear a quiet voice in the distance that sounds like humans hiding nearby." What? No way! How did the stupid idiot get the icy behemoth monster to like him, too? Why does he get so many porn to like him and want to protect him like this? After that voice, I hear another one that said more quietly, "Dude, he probably doesn't. The icy monster likes nobody. Do you know what I think? I think it just let him pass through without trying to harm him. But there's no way he became friends with it. Here, I'll show ya." Right after this, I felt something really cold hit me in the head and knock me to the ground. Goodness gracious, what is wrong with people? The impact is sudden and sharp, a blast of freezing cold that sends you sprawling onto the icy ground. Your breath catches in your throat as pain lances through your skull, and a wave of numbing chill spreads across your head. The voices nearby erupt in panicked whispers. "Dude, you actually hit him!" "Good. Now we'll see if the monster even cares about him." Before you can even push yourself up, the air around you shifts. A deafening roar tears through the cavern behind you, so powerful that it makes the ground quake beneath you. The storm outside surges to life like an angry beast, snow and shards of ice whipping through the air. From deep within the cavern, Theranos emerges, glowing like a glacier under moonlight, his eyes blazing with cold fury. "Who dares?" Oh, shoot. I don't like how scary that was. Thank goodness he's on my side. His voice isn't just sound, it's a shock wave that roused the ice walls. The two hidden figures scramble into view, frozen in terror as Theranak storms forward, every step cracking the ground. His icy breath pours out in great hissing clouds as he lowers his head, glowing skull aimed right at them. "You dare strike my chosen?" Tharnak's mental voice booms, filling the night air. "You come into my territory, harm one under my protection, and think I will not answer? The wind howls violently now, circling the intruders and pinning them in place with a blinding blizzard. Thornax stops just behind you, lowering his massive head over you protectively. Snow swirls around you, but doesn't touch you. You are in the eye of the storm. Triton, his deep voice rumbles. Softer now. Are you hurt? That's actually very sweet that he's actually really wanting to protect me. I wish I could continue a little bit longer, but unfortunately, the limit's out until 8:11. So we're screwed right now. 8:11. Bye. Nothing else I can do.